The topics at the start of these aren't ever normal.
Never.
You got to warm up, right? You got to get a little bit of the juice flowing before you
There you
really
go.
start landing on something substantial.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm dead. We're dead.
Possibility.
We're all
Possibility.
dead.
Yeah. Possibility.
My spirit can, like, yeet us outside for no apparent reason. Is that helpful? If it decides to.
Okay.
15 feet.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
toss us out the front door, maybe someone will help us.
that would cause a commotion, yeah.
Maybe.
3 corpses flying out the door. I don't know. We're the rich people district, right? Maybe they don't care.
Some of them won't, for sure.
Dead people get thrown outside all the time.
You'd be like, ew, gross.
Dead poor people? Ugh.
Ew, I stepped on it. They just scrape it off their shoe. It's gross.
Yeah, it could happen.
This
But-
feels a little bit like Blades.
Luckily, those of you who are potentially dead don't really have to worry about what to do next.
It's true. Yeah.
Super exciting. I got my sewing project to keep me busy while I listen. I'm gonna watch D&D today.
Yeah! We're dead!
Maybe. We'll see. Somebody might change their mind.
Somebody might change their mind.
Ravi's a healer. He might,
We'll just die again.
less about trying to kill his uncle and more about trying to save his friends. I don't know.
There's like,
Ooh, that's a life-changing decision.
I mean, can't you just do both but one first?
Yeah, kill him first, come back for us later.
All right.
It's chill.
This is episode number 40. Another big round number. This one's called The Darkness Comes. Last time
Oh.
Arsene got kidnapped.
Tell me about it.
We all made some decisions.
By hired thugs that were hired by Ravi's uncle Aaron DeMonte, but one of whom was Jade the actress, who has a plan to break up the wedding in order to avoid having Aaron just send assassin after assassin towards Ravi until he eventually dies. Jade chose to take Arvistan to the villa and convince Aaron that they could hold him there and then somehow lure Ravi and kill him more easily that way. With the gambit being that if Ravi goes to the villa and Aaron is there, that he might defeat Aaron more quickly and get that done before the wedding happens and be able to stop it. Arsene didn't like the plan. So he argued with Jade a lot about it.
Yep. Awful plan.
Kriv had the idea to have Luna track Arvistan. They very well suspected that Aaron DeMonte had taken him, but they didn't know where he lived. So they got Luna to sniff him out. Kriv and Hajite chased after Luna into the upper district into the DeMonte villa, and they cautiously approached inside, but not cautiously enough to avoid a ninja attack. That resulted in all of them being knocked out. During that day, Ravi was hiding, trying to protect himself and potentially, I'm sure he believes, his friends from further harm from more assassins. He hid in the temple of Tenegrael, the goddess of darkness, with the lead priestess there, Kiara, trying to convince her to help him defeat his uncle, with the implication that she might get some headway into the councilwoman from the Temple District, who has been replaced by Hajate's girlfriend, Illyra. It's a complicated ploy. Ravi's plan didn't meet with the same amount of disdain as Jade's plan, so based on that, we have to assume it's better. So today we're going to start out with Arvistan. Arvistan, you're in a storage room, if you recall. There's old furniture and old pieces of art and statues and stuff are stored in there with cloths over top of them to protect them from dust. You are bound on your hands and your feet and gagged. Jade saw fit to gag you while you were arguing with her before she left you in that room. The door bursts open. The big, mighty kick. You've got a split second to react. What are you going to do?
I'll fart.
On command. We're losing people. Losing them already.
You need to roll for that.
You guys proud of yourselves?
I'm sorry. We just needed one.
Two figures walk in through the door. Both of them dressed in black clothes. Their faces are covered, just their eyes are exposed. One of them is significantly larger than the other, but you could tell they're both feminine figures. The larger one is carrying, with one arm on her shoulder, Kriv's body. And underneath the other arm, your wolf Luna's body. She steps into the room and deposits Kriv in a big lump on the ground, and then tosses Luna next to Kriv. The other woman comes in, carrying Hajite with both arms over one shoulder, and dumps her on the ground next to you.
I'm finally not alone.
Thanks, bud.
Alrighty.
The smaller woman says, "Neither one of these was the target. And we lost a sister. You won't be waiting up here anymore." And she grabs the larger woman and drags her out of the room. And then they slam the door behind them. So they leave you there, Arvistan, with 3 bodies.
Are my hands tied behind my back? Or
Behind your back.
Can I do a swivelroo and pass my hand through the back and to the front and put them up so I can take my gag off?
Let's have you make a swivelroo check.
A swivelroo check. That's what? Athletics or dexterity check?
I'm going to have you make a dexterity check. I think it'd be very difficult, so this you're going to have to roll exceptionally high.
Yeah, because I can barely move.
Well,
I have a +7.
You're very weak. You have 1 hit point, and you are still recovering from being dead.
Okay, that's a 14 and dexterity check +7. That'll be 21.
No, that's not going to be enough. Not to wiggle your arms out from underneath yourself.
A 21! Oh my god! Okay.
Nope.
No.
Damn!
The kind of dexterity that would require is like being able to dislocate both of your shoulders to slip your arms out underneath. Get yourself handcuffed and find out if you can really pull yourself out from behind. There's a reason they do that.
Before. I don't know now. I'm fatter. But before I was able to. That's why it just popped my mind.
There are a lot of reasons that Arvistan can't do that. So your arms will stay behind your back.
Damn. I'll start worming, going like a worm towards. Who do I have the closest though?
Hajite is deposited right next to you.
Right next to me. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just warm over there and start like headbutting her, trying to see if she wakes up.
Okay. Where are you headbutting her specifically? In her head
Right.
also?
Right in the
No,
boob.
like on her shoulder.
Okay. So bump into the shoulder a few times, trying to rouse Hajite. She doesn't make any indication that she is going to wake up.
Hmm. Is and I. Is there a way to get the gag out of my mouth?
Um,
Is there a possibility?
to remove the gag,
Yeah, like
it would
if
have to be
I
something illogical.
something illogical.
There's not, I don't think there's anything physical you can do, considering you're in such a weak
Yeah.
state and you're tied, all bound up. You're not going to be able to push it out with your tongue or anything. That
Yeah.
would defeat the purpose of a gag. You could, if you have some means, light yourself on fire and maybe burn it off. That's the kind of thing I mean by illogical.
What if I can hook the gag in the back and then just pop down and like pull it out?
Hook? What do you want to hook it on?
I'm thinking about going towards Luna and like push against her paw and just try to, or her teeth, sorry, and just do that. Trying to take it out.
Okay.
Using the corpse of his dog.
Hey, would you rather be your hands or feet or something? Because that was the first idea that I had in my mind.
I'll warn you of this,
Okay,
Arvistan, before you attempt
I can hurt myself,
to
right?
crawl. Well, maybe even worse than that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Doing all of that would require an extraordinary amount of effort because you're all bound and gagged up. Worming around on the ground is a lot of work, especially for someone who has recently been dead and has not had the opportunity to rest for the amount of time required to fully recover their strength. I think getting over there and getting the gag out would probably exhaust you to the point of unconsciousness.
Fuck. Should have done that in the beginning. Alright, I'm next to Hashote. Can I... Hashote, do you have pockets? Can I, like, investigate and see if she has something within her pockets or stuff like that that I could grab with my hands in the back? Like or a potion or something like that, so I can just weirdly pop it into her mouth.
You're going to search Hajite for a potion?
Yes.
Disadvantage on your investigation check. You can't
Okay.
look where you're going, and you don't have
Yeah.
the range of motion to be able to do anything thorough. I'd say you've been journeying with Hajite long enough to know that Hajite has a bag
Yeah.
or pouches separate from her clothing, so you don't have to grope her or reach in her pockets or anything like that.
God, investigation is a +1.
Worth a
Alright.
try.
Yeah. That's a 14.
14. Does Hajite have any potions on her person? That's not something I know.
Alright,
Hashite?
hold please.
Hashote's thinking.
Hajite's dreaming in an unconscious state. Or heaven.
Or heaven. That's dark. I have 1.
So, Arvisan, did you make that roll with disadvantage?
No. Fuck. Forgot. Oh, that's even better. That's a 15 plus 116.
Okay,
So
so-
the lower one would be 14.
Okay. You'll find that potion
Oh,
in Hajate's bag. There's gold in there. And you feel a little bit of like fingers or bones or something in there.
Oh shit.
And eventually you light yourself. Yeah, and there's skulls, and you expected that. So you have to push those out of the way.
I grabbed the fingers and like this feels wrong and toss them to a side.
Yeah.
I
No!
toss them on.
Well, they're all still inside the bag. You just shove them as you dig around in the bag.
I cannot take it out and toss it to a side.
You're wanting to do a lot for a bound and gagged person.
Yeah, I know.
with
I
one
know.
hit
I
point.
know. I'm sorry. I know. Okay.
You dig in there
I'll
and you
take
find
what
the
you.
potion.
I'll take what you give me.
All right. So your plan is to administer the potion to Hajate with your hands behind your back. Is that
Wait,
what
what,
I'm
sorry?
gathering? Are you trying to have Hajate drink the potion?
Yes.
And your hands are behind your back, so you can't see what you're doing, right? So we're going to do this with a medicine check. If you fail,
Oh boy.
you'll pour the potion out on the floor and render it useless.
Okay. Ooh, medicine check. Let's see. What's my medicine? Okay, +3. Okay. Ooh. That's a 15.
Okay, Ravi.
Yo.
What are you doing in the Temple of Tenegreo?
Oh, that's not fair.
Uh,
Come on.
what time is it now?
Let's see. Hashte and Kriv woke up and basically went right out the door with Luna.
Yeah, I assume it's probably still daytime. Like, it's not time that I would be projected to move yet. I just wanted to be sure.
I would think it'd be before noon still.
Okay. In that case, I'd probably be, mostly doing the same thing, kind of hiding out. Do I remember in location to where my family villa is, to where that sewer entrance or exit was up out of the Noble District?
Make a history check.
$14.
All right. So the area where you got to the sewers or exited the sewers in the Noble District, or at least the connection that you remember investigating there, is not necessarily near your villa. But what you can recall is that there are multiple entrances into the sewer system throughout the Noble District. It serves mostly the nobles and their sort of sense of indoor plumbing. Your villa has its own plumbing system. Now, there's no way to access the toilet from the sewer system. The pipes would be way too small for a person to go through, unless they had like weird magic that made them like a spider. But there would be sewer access in the alleys behind your villa, and that alley connects to many other villas, and that sewer connects in many places back there.
Okay. In that case, I will kind of just call out to the darkness. Kiara, I assume that you're around?
Always.
How do you feel about traveling by sewer?
I think I see where you're going with this. It sounds delicious.
You might be the only person I've ever met who's been excited to travel by sewer, but
But we won't be going anywhere without darkness guiding us.
Oh no, I'm not looking to leave now. I was just thinking through things in my head as I'm trying to run down the plan, so to speak.
Well, I'm excited to see how your plan comes to fruition. We're making our own plans as we speak.
And I don't suppose as they're communicating or everything, I can't hear anything that they're saying, correct?
You can't hear? You can hear them when they're talking to you.
No, I meant talking to themselves. Like they're going to how they're making their plans, which are outside of my plans. Obviously, am I
Oh.
hearing them talk about their plans?
You don't hear them saying anything. You don't know if they are speaking them. Could be making plans visually somehow.
Question for you.
Sure.
You keep talking about your plans, but I haven't heard you say anything. Do you like talk telepathically or?
We're speaking through gesture.
So you are individual people, even though you are one, and you're using sign language?
We are one, and we are we.
I see. One, kind of off-topic question, I suppose. But why did you choose Tenegriel? Why did you choose the darkness?
It always seemed more comfortable, more natural. We haven't thought too much about why. Why did you choose Freyr?
If you had asked me that 6 months ago, I probably would have told you that Freyr chose me, and that all of the things that led to my ending up in the arms of Father Gregor was his doing. I'm beginning to think it was more chance than that. That a very kindly old man saw a broken young boy lying at the bottom of a cliff, so to speak, and took him in when most others passed him by. And perhaps out of a sense of duty or just as a thank you, I started following him. And at which point I noticed that I had a gift in the arts, so to speak. Kind of went from there.
To think if you had fallen on a cloudy night, that you might be here instead of there.
You're right. I've often questioned, like, if one of the other major churches had found me, what would have happened? But maybe that plays out to the fact that there is some sort of divine presence, and that's exactly why things happened the way that they did. Or, again, maybe it was just happenstance.
And to think that you spent so long with Freyr only to wind up here anyway. Perhaps Tenegriel has more power than you imagined.
Maybe. But I think it's pretty safe to say that, at least right now, none of the gods seem to have a whole lot of power, as I think we encompass 60% of the divine magic in the world right now. The group of us in this temple right now.
Yeah, she probably just won't respond to that one.
Okay.
Hajite! You wake up with 7 hit points.
Whoa! Son of a bitch! Alright. Am I dead?
Arstan is gagged, so he
I
cannot
see.
answer you properly.
All right. Eh.
Jason, you're muted right now.
Push the talk. What the fuck happened? What happened to you guys? Where you come from? Why are you guys almost dead? Like, why are you guys passed out?
Oh, I don't know. We got a really incriminating note that said, "Come get you" without Ravi. So,
Okay,
man,
just so you know, your best friend Jade is the one behind all this kidnapping.
my best friend. I don't have one of those.
Well, Jade, your favorite. I don't know what she is to you, person. It's behind all this kidnapping and thinks that, yeah, like she just messed everything up, and she has a weird plan to lure Robbie over here and get his uncle killed by him. And this is, yeah, this is all messed up right now.
Okay. Are they dead?
I don't know. I'm really exhausted right now. It took everything in me to be able to bring you back from
How'd you?
unconsciousness.
How'd you bring me back with your hands tied?
You don't want to know? Very carefully.
Okay. Careful. I had. Did you go through my bag?
And I grabbed the potion with my wrist. I just tossed it to a side. No, I didn't.
You toss the empty glass bottle to the side. It makes a loud clanging, like ding 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 ding.
Can you chill? Just stay there.
I'm chill. You're not chill. What you're talking about? I'm chill.
Whatever. All right. I can't bring back your dog right now.
But Luna.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, you could have got your hands untied. I have like that slippery potion in there for future reference.
Oh, now I know. Can you untie me though?
Give it a minute. Hold on.
It's been like
Shut up.
too long.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds
Sure.
on Kriv. Shit. I guess I can do it at level 3. God dang it. Alright. Where's my dice? Dices.
Did my spirit just leave? Did it just give up?
Yeah. What the?
You're
what
stuck
it done with that?
me.
You guys were unconscious, so you do not know.
Okay.
Your spirit went somewhere spooky. Okay. Cure wounds at level 3. 1d8 for each slot above 1. Okay.
Grip might get a lot of hit points right now.
That would be
Yeah.
extremely useful to us.
That'll
right
be
now.
what? 3d8s, right?
3d8 plus 4.
Ooh.
$19.
Woo.
19, but that's my last 3rd level. Shook 'em a fist.
19 hit points for Kriv. So you are once again conscious, Kriv. You wake up with Luna's face right next to yours.
I'm gonna untie him.
There's there's an unpleasantness of sniffing that wolf breath but there is the reassurance that there is breath coming out of Luna.
Let me. I will also do. I'm looking at the wrong card, but cure wound on Luna again.
On Luna, okay.
I confused myself. Yeah, I was trying to see best level tactically. Because Luna doesn't have like a handful of hit points, right? Like she's got
She got 30.
somewhat decent.
30, yeah.
30.
Yeah, that's almost as good as me. Okay, yeah. I will do third level.
All right, healing up in the storage room. Just so you know, Hajite, there's old stacked furniture in here with cloths covering things. It definitely looks like it would be used like an attic storage space. But there's no super great indication of exactly how far up you are. There are windows in this room, but they're boarded up.
Is there anything in there to search?
Depends on what you're looking for.
Hmm. Uh, something health related?
You can make an investigation check and look around the room
Sort of
if you'd like.
useful. Useful something or other. Investigation. 5.
All right. How many hit points did Luna get?
That's just straight roll, right?
Plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yeah, man.
19.
Okay.
Sick.
Twinsies. Wake up with 19 hit points. How'd you tell you go to search around in these old pieces of furniture, looking for something else that might be able to help you recover your strength a little bit more. You sort of lift the cloth over like a dresser, sort of fiddle around with the drawers. They all seem empty. You close those all up. You move on to the next. There's like a big wardrobe. You pull the cloth to reveal, to be able to get access to the door, but shifting that causes a nearby standing mirror to lose its balance and fall over. And it hits the ground with a loud thud.
Of course it does. Well, maybe we should pretend to be unconscious again.
You're gonna have to like tie me up and stuff like that if you're going to pretend, because if they
Oh,
see
trust
me,
me. I would love to tie you up.
then
Well, there's nothing in here. I don't think immediately leaving would be super helpful. Do you know how to get out of here?
I have no idea. They hit me in my face, knocked me out, brought me to wherever I am right now, and when I woke up, I was already in this room. So yeah, no clue. The one and the only one that knows how to get out of here is Jade. Which Criff, yeah, Jade is the one behind all of this, and I explained them everything. And yep,
What the
I'm
hell is Jade's plan then?
well. She's trying
Attracting us
to.
here?
So this whole place is booby trapped, and she
Mhm.
technically is forcing Ravi to come for us, and then she's gonna guide Ravi into the castle or wherever we are, tower, whatever this is, and show him where the traps are because it's all booby trap, and get him close to his uncle so he can kill him. And that'll stop the wedding, and that way little crybaby boy doesn't get married, and she will get satisfaction from that because he's an asshole, and that's what she wants. She's doing all of this because she doesn't want him to get married.
Okay. Is it dusk?
Um,
One.
Can we see from here?
the room's not sealed against daylight, and so you can see some sunlight coming in, cracks in the boards on the windows.
Think I have enough time to like fully sleep? I'm not doing hot crib. I would not be super useful.
Arvestad, make a perception check.
Oh
We're
boy,
dead.
here we go.
I mean, we can take a nap that looks like we're just unconscious again, because we would be.
It's true.
Just nap. Or I can heal you, whatever.
That would be a 14.
You see shadows underneath the door.
Oh god, okay. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Oh shit! Pretend you're dead.
Bang.
Door
And
will
I
open,
just-
and a few ninjas will make their way into the room.
Oh.
I'll say, what was it?
What was what?
Good.
What happened to your gag?
I
Check
took
them.
it off.
If you're pretending to be unconscious, I'd like you to make a deception check.
I would like to make a deception check.
Yeah.
Is Luna also pretending to be unconscious? I don't think she'd be particularly skilled at it.
Probably just sitting there happy that she's back.
I told Luna to play that.
Her tail's wagging.
Luna also needs to make a deception check then.
Ooh,
Armstead,
shit.
you don't need to make one. You've already failed at pretending to be unconscious.
I mean, I was never unconscious. They didn't bring me unconscious. I was just tied
You have
up
proven
here.
that you are ungagged.
Oh yeah, they never tied me up or anything again. So like,
Nope. But you could have faked it, bud. I didn't throw the rope in the garbage. Anywho, 15.
17.
so what would be Luna's?
Just her charisma modifier. I don't think she's
Charisma?
skilled in deception.
So a +1. That's 13.
All right. They'll check you all. I have to make perception checks for each one of you. Kriv, Luna, Hajite. All right, so they inspect everyone. Luna is not fooling them.
Oh.
She's wagging her
They
tail.
get close and she wags her tail.
She does like one eye, look around, and close it again.
Close it. Tail stops.
He's done something to bring them all.
Oh.
Each one will grab one of you. Probably if you have hair. So this is lucky for Kriv. They're going to grab you by the hair and drag you out of the room.
Oh.
This is the second time I've gotten a better situation because I don't have hair.
So Hajite and Arvestan get dragged out.
I'm like, bro.
Hajite, do you want to continue to pretend that you're unconscious?
Yes.
All right. Make another deception check. This time you've got to do it at disadvantage. Very hard to pretend
God.
when your hair's being pulled. You can use performance if you prefer.
Oh, I would.
They grab Luna by the scruff on the back of her neck and drag her. She scrapes her feet on the ground and she tucks her tail. They drag her down across the floor. They drag Kriv by the tail.
Oh.
Oh.
Kriv, do you want to pretend to be unconscious still?
gonna say yes. The instinct is to do some nonsense, but I remember Hajite saying that she's beat up. I didn't get to do anything about it.
All right. Deception or performance at disadvantage, whichever you prefer. What did you get?
14.
14?
It's a +0 either way for me. Oh, no. Please don't get worse than that one. Okay, that's just 8.
Okay. A wince gives you away. So you sort of flinch at the pain of having your tail pulled, and they know that you are awake. So they drag you all out of the room into the hallway. There are 6 of them. One of them is significantly larger than the others. So for the 4 of you, there's 1 on each of you, and then an extra 1 on Arvistan, and probably an extra 1 on Kriv. You are larger and look more intimidating than everybody else. And they drag you out. Are we doing anything different? So they've discovered, Kriv, that you are not unconscious. They don't know that about Hajite yet.
I wanna try something.
Go for it.
Is there? So you said there was one that was like kind of directing the others. Is that correct? Like kind of a.
Sort of. There's a quasi. There's no visual indication that this person is in charge. They are dressed the same as everyone else. There is one person that's talking and sort of giving orders to the other ones.
I would like to try to cast Charm Person.
Cast what?
Charm Person.
Harm?
Charm.
Charm Person. Sorry, I didn't get the ch either time. I was like,
I
arm
heard
person?
arm.
Why would you want to arm them? That seems worse.
Like throwing cheese at them. You gotta parm them.
Oh
Charm
my god.
person. Okay. Let's make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if fewer companions are fighting it, which I am going to consider you doing, as you have just done that very recently.
Oh,
But we're unconscious. We're sleeping now. It's fine. We're
No,
dead.
you're not. They're dragging
I'm
you by your
sleeping.
tail. They know that you're awake, Kriv. They know that Arvistan's awake, and they know that Luna's awake.
My friends aren't fighting.
They're fighting you.
they're still fighting you in their hearts.
Okay, so that is a 19 to save.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's no good.
We're in the
let's see.
shot.
They heard you casting the spell, since this requires somatic components. You have to use your hands to wave a little bit to sort of weave the magic in front of you to try to
Oh man,
charm
I
that
know I was
ninja.
awake anyway. It's fine.
you're just doing crazy shit while they're dragging you.
So this person that you attempted to charm, she'll say, they're still dangerous. Bind them all.
Why?
I'm sad.
And they'll quick bind everyone's hands behind their back. Luna, they're going to tie her mouth shut.
Oh,
And
puppy.
sort of hog tie her. Tie her 4 legs together.
Calm down. Watch it.
Gag that one.
Oh,
Shove cloth in your mouth, and then they'll tie a rope around that and tie it behind your head.
Wow. They really want you to shut up.
No more risks. Bring them downstairs. I want them to see.
I want them.
And then they'll blindfold you and drag you off.
That's the opposite of seeing.
yeah. How do you want me
Is
to
it?
see if you
I want
blindfold me?
him to see, not them.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
I see.
That's good. It takes away my other dumb decision I wanted to make, so that's good.
Like what?
Sorry about it.
Okay. So you'll all be still awake, bound and gagged and blindfolded. Or at least Arvistan's gagged. They probably gagged Griv too, considering you tried to cast a spell by speaking. Luna is muzzled, but Hajite's probably not gagged. They still believe her to be unconscious.
Dead.
You're still bound, though. They tie your hands behind your back and drag you off. You don't see exactly where you're going, but you do feel yourself go down a flight of stairs, probably through a few doors, just based on the way the sound changes, the acoustics of the rooms shift. So you think you go into a much larger room. And then they kneel you all down on hard tile floor, and you get a tiny little needle point on your neck. It doesn't pierce anyone's skin, but they just hold it there. And then they'll say, send him a message.
Oh shit. That's who?
Let's see who. I'm going to roll a d4 for full randomness on seeing who is going to contribute to this message.
I pick 4.
I'm dead.
That's a 4, buddy.
Oh my god!
Congrats.
Ooh. He's just winning the lottery lately.
So, Arvistan, you have long hair. I think it's tied up like in a braid, right?
Yep.
Nah, not anymore. They're going to shear off your long hair, cut your braid off.
Oh, I'm fucking pissed.
Ooh. That's a sin. That could be anybody's braid.
Yeah, there's lots of sea elves around with their sea elf hair.
Because he's part wood.
We have almost the same color.
That's true. Either way, I would know that it's one of you.
I am so pissed.
Ooh, haircut.
Now, unfortunately, they don't know exactly where to send the message because Ravi's hidden himself in a secret place. So you don't, and you're all blindfolded and gagged. You're not going anywhere right now, so you don't know where they're sending it anyway.
I'm blindfolded, right?
Yes.
Is there
You
any
definitely know
way,
your hair just got cut off, though.
Is there any way for me to know if it was Jade that did it or not?
Why?
Yeah, really.
Because I'm gonna murder her if she actually did it.
There is no way that you would know who cut your hair off.
Lucky. Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
It's going wild.
So, considering that the three of you are at a standstill there in the villa, and that Ravi is clearly waiting for dusk, we'll have to fast forward ourselves through the rest of the day.
Can I sleep?
No,
Yeah, is that short rest?
Oh, damn
not a
it.
short rest for you. Might have been if you hadn't made that noise and gotten dragged out into the middle of the villa, but with people threatening you with weapons, there's not really a chance to rest. So at night, Kiara will say, "It's time.
Let's go.
Show us the way, Ravi. But first, let me see that pendant."
I will hand her the pendant or take it out of my shirt or whatever it is she needs me to do with it.
She'll not remove it from your neck, but she'll hold it in her hand and cast a spell over it. She casts the darkness spell, which surrounds you in a sort of sphere of pitch black, magical darkness that even people with dark vision can't see through. She'll say, I know your eyes haven't adjusted yet. We'll guide you. Just tell us where to go.
Well, as I mentioned before, we're going to start off in the sewers. And then I'll kind of tell them the pathway to where we were. Is there a check I can make to, or just look, either way? Either I want to look around until we get as close to the villa as possible, or like go up, say, oh, this isn't too close, go back down, just kind of poke your head out of a sewer grate. Or if I can like math it, I'd be like, well, I know my villa's here, and I know this is where we came out of previously, so speaking, it should be somewhere this way.
You're going to have to math it because the darkness spell has been cast on your pendant, so it follows you around.
Yeah.
You can't see anything. Kiara and her followers just kind of hold you and walk with you as you're going.
Question for the lot of you. How many of you can cast the spell Detect Magic?
There's no need. Most of the people here can't use magic.
I mean, that's okay. I can cast it, but I was just curious because I have a feeling that we're going to need it when we get close.
I'm sure you're right. And they'll open the doors to the temple very cautiously. They're very reluctant to do that, even to go into the little vestibule where they're like the clean room of light. And you don't know exactly how many people are with you, but you do hear other somatic castings. So more darkness spells are cast than just the one on your pendant. And they sort of cloy towards the door. Some people, it might sound like they're crawling on the ground even, or like climbing on each other as they go. And they open the doors to the outside. You feel that rush of air. There's very little ventilation in Tenegriel's temple, so it's sort of refreshing night air hits you. And then you'll feel a couple of strands across your face. And Kiara will say, what is this? And she'll put something in your hand. It's like a big tangle of hair.
I will feel it, smell it, use every other sense, obviously, other than sight to see.
Give perception.
$12.
All right. It's a lot of hair. It's kind of scraggly. Hasn't been washed very recently. It's very tough. And you can tell that it's like knotted together in a specific way. But there's no... Since you can't see it, you're not exactly sure what it is. Somebody's hair.
What color is it?
There's no color in darkness.
I mean, it's hair.
The world outside the temple is filthy. I'll take it out of your hands and throw it on the ground.
Interesting. Do you often find tufts of hair outside of your temple?
We don't leave the temple.
I don't have much of an answer, I'm afraid.
Let's get this over with.
Sooner the better.
All right, so they know that the plan is to go to the sewers, so they'll lead you to the nearest entry that people could fit into, and open it up and descend down with you. And they know that you can't see, and a lot of this is going to be difficult, so they don't make you use the ladder. They sort of carry you as they take themselves down. So you just kind of have like you're being held as you descend into the ground. And then everybody steps into the murky water flowing down underneath the sewers. And they say, up or down, which way?
I think we gotta go down. We need to be at the kind of the base floor. And then we gotta start heading towards the upper district. Should be kind of a gradual slope upwards.
All right. How about let's have Ravi make an intelligence check. Just be able to be able to guide his way through the sewers based on turns.
Not too bad. 16.
All right. So you think you have a general idea, and they lead you through, and you hear. You can't distinguish how many footsteps there are, but there are a lot. A lot of people are walking around in this murky water, so it's just like a constant splashing sound going through. You think that there's probably a line behind you of people coming with you. So 16, you get to what you think should be the exit that you want to take.
I think this is it, and I'll kind of like move my hand just generally above my head.
Yeah, you'll go to sort of like lift up the manhole cover or whatever you know that we're looking for to separate the sewer from the ground above. You think you're probably too low to reach it from where you're standing, but you just kind of get lifted up. All these different religious members are picking you up, cult figures, I suppose. Lift you up until your hand touches the cover on top. You can shift it over, and it's still magical darkness up there. The spell only lasts for 10 minutes, but Kiara has recast it every time it's about to go out.
Thanks. I assume I know what the villa looks like. I'll describe to them, kind of the outside of the villa, where we're going to be going, before we head off in the direction that I'm going to assume that we need to be to.
All right. So there is a front entrance and there's a back entrance. Which one would you want to try to approach?
Almost certainly the back.
All right. So let's see. Should have a little map here. And let's find Ravi somewhere. Ravi should be in the back. This is Ravi in the back. All right. So this is just based on your memory of the villa, so I'm not going to show you where any other figures are.
Yep.
So how would you like to approach this? We could just go right in the back door. There's not a door there, it's just sort of open. So you can just kind of walk in. There's nothing to lock or bar your way from the rear. You know that there's a sort of dance hall, like a ballroom type shape in the back there. And then the main hall is past that, and that's the largest room in the house. There are staircases on either side of the main hall. You know where your sister's room is, you know where the dining room is, and you know where your parents' room is.
Do you guys see anything in front of you?
It's a gaudy building.
I agree. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
All right, what's the range for Detect Magic? Stays up around you, I know. Just to be sure.
It is 30 feet in front of me.
Okay. So you don't detect anything yet, as you're approaching the villa.
All right, let's move cautiously,
All
and
right.
we will crouch forward.
Make
So I'm
stealth
thinking
check.
like, I'm assuming that I have to be. You said a what?
Stealth. I'm assuming you're moving slowly also.
Yes.
Okay.
14. Plus whatever the darkness gives me.
All right. So, Ravi, you slowly creep forward. Steps are tough. You've taken them hundreds of times, but never in something as dark as this. So they have to help you with that. And really, you couldn't be going much faster even if you wanted to. And you just show so unsure of your footing as you're moving forward. Step into the ballroom, you'll hear the difference. And you'll hear that sort of group of people behind you spread out a little bit more. So they come off to your right and to your left as you're moving forward. Where do you want to go from there? Do you want to exit to the left or to the right, or did you want to go straight forward into the main hall?
Do I remember what is to the left or to the right?
What you remember and what's there now might be different. The left definitely leads to the kitchen. You don't think that that's changed. The right, you're not sure about.
Let's move towards the left. And when we get closer to the door, or what I remember the door being,
Sure.
ask if one of them can peek through and see if anybody's in there.
All right. They'll shift the door open and they'll look inside. And then Kiara will respond to you and say, "We don't see anything in there.
I don't detect any magic?
Not from this location, no."
Okay, then I'm going to enter the room.
All right. You probably bump into the counter when you first get in. Oof. Knock you in your bad hip. They might have done some renovation in here and shifted some things around when you were last here. You can't sneak in and grab cookies from the cupboard anymore. Is there anything you
Not
want
the
to do over
cookies.
there?
I'll ask them, is there another exit out of this room?
And there's one to our right.
Let's make our way there and do the same thing.
All right. The whole group moves with you. Indeterminate amount of people. So they sort of fill these rooms as you go into them. And you can only imagine that the whole room fills with this magical darkness every time you enter one. The next room is also empty. You sneak inside, it's not very different than you remember. You sort of feel around and feel the dining chairs around the large table at the north side of the room. You can make your way around and feel other breakfast tables and other places where servants might be eating. Get a feel for the place.
There should be a staircase around here. At this point, it'd be to my right. Should be a staircase around to the right somewhere.
All right, they can lead you to the door. That takes you into the little vestibule with the staircase. You're going to detect magic now.
Is it above, below, everywhere?
Above you. And
Okay.
to your left.
Okay. Can I determine the school of magic?
This is abjuration in both places.
We got magic if we go up, and we got magic to the left of us.
Well, what's the plan, Ravi? You had all day.
I don't suppose you can dispel magic, can you?
Dispel magic. Is this a cleric spell? 3rd level. That's too high for Kiara.
Okay. There is a reason. Well, I took it. Do I have to know the spell for it to work? Nope. So I'm going to try to cast Dispel Magic on the one that's going up.
Okay. Spell of third level or lower will automatically end. Let me just check the level of the spell cast there. Okay. You no longer detect the magic above you.
All right, let's make our way up.
All right. So this cloud of darkness slowly advances up the staircase. And let's take you to second floor.
Ooh.
There's one door that leads out of the staircase up here. You know, on this side of the house is where your sister sleeps.
I assume I don't detect any magic.
There's no magic up here.
Okay. Go ahead and check the next door, please.
All right. This is sort of a wine room. The smell hits you as soon as they crack that door open. They store a lot of different vintages in here. Your uncle is way more into wine than your father ever was, so he's stocked up the supply a lot more than it used to be. Your sister should be to the south, her room at least, and then there's servants' quarters up to the north.
Let's head south. That should be my sister's room. Uh, double check it for magical traps.
Okay. You don't detect any magic.
Go ahead if one of you guys could check the door for traps itself. I can imagine that might be one thing that my uncle would do.
All right. You'll hear the door rattle. A hand must reach out and just sort of grab it and see if something's going on there. And it turns and opens. When the door opens, some of that magical darkness is creeping inside, and there's a shudder, a sort of scared whisper on the other side of the door.
I got this. Let me talk to my sister real quick. So I will kind of go into the room. Hey, it's me. Relax.
Ravi, what's going on? What happened to you?
I am currently shrouded in magical darkness.
Why?
So I can sneak better. I don't know if you know, but Uncle sent an assassin after me shortly after we talked. I got shot inside the temple, so I hid with some friends of mine. Um, and I'm looking for Uncle. Do you know where he is?
I think he's here. He might be in his room. Ravi, I heard fighting earlier.
Fighting? From who?
Or someone downstairs.
I don't suppose you got to look at them?
I've been too scared to leave my room. Uncle Aaron's hired some, I don't know, scary people. They're pretty violent. They haven't been nice to me or to Mother, so I'm trying to avoid them.
Did you tell Mother about us meeting or no?
No, I haven't said anything.
It's okay. I was just curious. Would I know if there's a way to get to my uncle's room from the top story? I'd have to go back down and around.
Yeah, the two sides of the second story are separated, so you have to use the staircase for either wing on its own.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me?
I hear voices sometimes, but they're very quiet. I know they're still down there. I think if they see you, they'll kill you.
I kind of got that feeling. He's got the whole second story trapped.
Yes. He had a wizard here earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about magic.
It's okay. Well, thank you. If any luck, this will be over soon.
Just be careful. I don't think I'm going to come out of tonight with the whole family.
I don't think so either, but with luck, me, you, and Mom will still be here.
All right. I'm going to pretend to sleep.
Good night. May Freya watch over you. Come on.
She'll go to her bed, but you won't know. Just hear the creaks of the mattress as she climbs into it.
All right. We're gonna shuffle all the way back around. I got a feeling we don't want to enter that main ballroom, so go down the stairs, go back through the dining room and through the kitchen, and then through the other side of that hall. Kind of doing the same thing we did.
Okay. Back downstairs. Ravi is guided by creepy cultists all the way across to the other end of the ballroom. We have them peek into the door there. You're hit with a wave of heat and humidity. They've turned this room into a sort of makeshift greenhouse. Didn't used to be that. It used to be like a playroom for you and your sister. But you grew up, so things got different. The next room is the library. We haven't detected any magic in this wing just yet.
Yep.
Dusty books. They haven't been touched in a long time. Your uncle's not much of a reader. And then when you open this door and get into the next stair vestibule, you sense two spells again, abjuration spells. One on what should be the door to the main hall in front of you, and one upstairs.
I will dispel the one upstairs and proceed upstairs.
All right. So Ravi goes back up the stairs to the second floor. Okay. Would you like your dark servants to check this door also?
100%.
All right. This door is open. It leads to a small sort of reading area. This room hasn't been used for a whole lot. It's really just sort of a transition room. So there's one bookshelf in here and a couple desks. In times since past, it would have been like a schoolroom for you and your sister. Tutors would come in and teach you things, but it hasn't been used in a long time. You know that your father and mother's room is to the south, and that your room is to the north.
I'm going to gaze for a long moment up to my room and then kind of just shake my head. All right, let's go. Uncle's room should be to the south.
All right. Detect magic is going off.
Is it also an abjuration spell?
There is, let me check here, 2 abjuration spells within range. One's certainly on the door, and there's one beyond.
Well, good news, bad news, team. I only got one dispel spell left in my arsenal, and there are 2 spells here to dispel. Is there a window somewhere here that we might be able to sneak on a ledge or on the outside?
The ledge bit is kind of tricky. There is a window that you could go out of. But there's not really anything to walk on to get to the next window, unless you had
Okay.
some other means to get over there.
I don't think so. Are both of these spells are abjuration, correct?
Yes.
Well, any advice?
Is this what you expected to find?
Yes and no. I expected to find some magic, but this is a lot more than I anticipated. Do they look like they're on the same object, both of these spells?
No.
Is one like inside of the room and one on the door, or is it both like right near the door?
There's one on the door, and there's one in the room past the door.
Okay, I'm going to dispel the one on the door.
All right. So you cast your last dispel magic spell. Take the spell off of the door.
Can you speak? See if something's. Blah, blah. Can you see if someone's in there?
Door will open. Magical darkness creeps in. And you'll hear a voice, your uncle's voice, say, "That's far enough."
Hello, Uncle.
Ravi. Or no, Travali, he'd say.
It's true. I mean, you can call me Ravi because that's what I introduced myself at the courthouse.
Whatever your name is now. So you've made some new friends.
Something like that. Can I try to whisper? Can I? First of all, can I locate where is the magic on him himself?
It is not on him, but it's between you and him.
I don't suppose that I sense a way to get around it, do I?
Let me check this detect magic, see how specific it can be. So detect magic would give you a faint visible aura, but since you're in magical darkness, I'm going to say it won't tell you exactly. So you get a general idea of where it is, but you can't tell exactly what it's on.
Okay. Do I assume that it's the floor?
That's a safe assumption. Somewhere on the floor.
I will whisper to Kiara. There is another spell, and I'll point,
Sure.
or I'll say spell and point. I'll whisper the word spell and point at it because I know she can see me.
Right. All right.
And then I will turn back to my uncle. Where's Mom?
She's right here.
I
Can you
will.
not see me right now? How many fingers am I holding up?
I'm going to reach for one of the hands and like expect to get a tap from them.
You reach for one of the hands, they'll press their hand into your palm, Helen Keller style,
Yep.
and give you 3 fingers.
You're holding up 3 fingers. Why?
And let's see. How large is the knife I have to your mother's throat?
Large enough.
Is it large enough to keep you there?
for now. Now, so I'm assuming at this point that magical darkness is not surrounding him then, correct?
No, he just sees you as like this wall of dark. So he doesn't know exactly where you are either. In a 15-foot radius around you, so
Okay.
could be up to 30 feet wide in front of him.
Why don't you let her go? And we settle this like you always wanted to.
Trevally, I don't think you ever really knew how I wanted to settle this. I was happy with the way we had it settled before.
Ironically, so was I. Until you tried to force my sister to marry people, and, you tried to kill me a few times.
You give up your name, become a priest, call yourself Ravi. I think you give up any right to what your sister does.
You're right. I do. She doesn't, though.
It's not your concern anymore.
I beg to differ.
This can all go away, Ravi. Just as soon as you want it to. Leave the city. Leave us to our business. We'll leave you to yours. You can go back to serving whatever god you're worshiping now. And I'll go back to the business of running this family.
Counter proposal. You let my mother go, and you leave with your life.
Ravi, I've been in my position too long to believe a proposal like that. I think holding your mother here might be the only thing keeping me alive right now. I've gotten word that I've got some of your friends here with me too. I'm willing to let them go with you. If you leave and don't return.
I want to study my mother's face. I'll kind of lean in. Is my mother doing anything?
She's asleep.
How do I even know she's alive right now?
I wouldn't throw away such an important gambling chip.
I'm going to make an insight check to see if my mother is in fact all right, and I guess subsequently if that is actually my mother.
Sure.
That's a 24.
All right. You don't think he's lying about keeping your mother alive, but you don't think that she is okay right now. She's probably been poisoned in some way to keep her unconscious.
So what did you do to her?
Mother has trouble sleeping. She takes medication for it.
I'm assuming you upped the dosage?
She was becoming resistant.
I see.
Are we going to stand here and posture at one another? Or are we going to do something?
Do I think that my guiding bolt could hit him hard enough to jar him loose?
Guiding bolt. Let's check it. Okay. So it's a ranged spell attack.
Yep.
You don't know exactly what position he's holding your mother in right now. Do you want clarification on that from Kiara?
Yeah, I would try to whisper to her what the plan is.
He's got the sort of classic. He's got her up in front of him with the knife to her throat, sort of holding her underneath her arms, propped up there like a human shield. So, the guiding bolt is more likely to hit her than to hit him.
Can I gather distance from Kiara as to how far away he is?
Yeah, and based on your previous knowledge of the size of the room, you'd say he's about 40 to 45 feet away.
Is his back against the wall?
Yeah. A window, in fact.
I gotta check something on spiritual weapon real quick.
Uh-oh. Meanwhile, downstairs, a lot of hobgoblins are sort of shifting in their feet, waiting for Ravi to come. You hear a cough echo through the main hall.
That's awkward. Awkward town now.
You'll hear Jade's voice say, sorry. Sorry.
Wow.
Right, back up to the actual tense moment
So,
where Ravi is like,
You know that one way or another, Freyr's blade is going to come for you. And I'm going to use that second part of that speech to try and cast spiritual weapon right next to him with Kiara's help. Say, I want it right next to him to bring it down immediately.
Okay.
And because he can't see me because of the darkness, I'm hoping that he won't be able to see the physical components of me casting the spell.
you won't see that. So he's not going to be aware of that happening. Because you are casting this and attacking someone that you can't see, I've got to give you a disadvantage on the attack roll. Kiara can help you summon it, but I mean, it's your strike to make.
Still a 16.
All right, let's find his armor class real quick. Shouldn't be anything too crazy. A 16 does hit him. He let out a gasp, a rush of
Excellent.
air.
9 damage to him.
Is this an attempt at a mortal blow, or are you trying not to kill him?
It would be mortal blow. Like, if I can summon the sword to go through his neck, like stab him through the neck, like that, or cut off his head, just something, actually, with where he's at, probably like try to come down directly on top of his head.
Oh!
All right. So you'll cast a spell. You do the somatic components to have the sword appear above him. And you can almost see through the magical darkness the glimmer of the sword appear where it's supposed to be. You're not sure if you see it or if you're just picturing it in your imagination. But you can see it come down and the blood splurt out. And your uncle doesn't say anything. You just hear...
I assume he fell?
He's gone.
If need to, I will recast Detect Magic if I would have dropped some point here. Determine if the spell is still on the floor in front of me.
It is.
If you guys could back up so I can see, I can determine where the spell is and I can walk around it to go to him.
We have to take your pendant.
That might be a bit of a problem. So this thing in the middle of the room, is it like a table or is it like a rug?
It's like a rug.
Okay.
Do you want to move one step at a time and see if we can avoid it?
Yeah, that's the game plan. Just move very, very slowly.
Let's start right here. Would you like to go one down or one to the right? You sort of still feel it in this direction.
And he is kind of directly across from where I am currently, correct?
He is. We could get an idea where he is now. Let's see if I could find where his stuff was. Him and your mother over there.
Let's go one to the right.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to use the detect magic to determine how close I am to whatever the spell is. So if I feel it coming right up on me, I will stop. If I still feel it a little ways out, I will keep going. The game plan that I would like to try to do is go as much to the right as possible and actually crawl across the top of the bed and around.
Okay. So we're hugging the wall
Yes.
around the corner. Okay. You could definitely feel it very close as you move this way. You got to climb up on this desk and walk over. This is all in the darkness, right? You haven't taken your pendant off.
Nope.
So you're just fumbling your way around. Do you have Kiara and the others coming with you, or did you tell them to stay back?
No, they're gonna come with the thing on my pendant. If they aren't with me, it's just a double negative. So yeah, I would ask at least one of them.
All right. She'll come with you. She sort of leads behind you, and she walks in your steps as you go around, climb out over the bed, make your way over eventually to the scent of blood and your dead uncle on the ground. And I will show you. Trap was there. So if you had gone south, you would have triggered it. And that little circle is the radius of what would have been affected by an explosion.
I will first kind of check my mother, and I'll ask for Kiara's help. Is she in danger of dying from whatever the fuck it is that he gave her, or is she just unconscious for a while?
Give her a medicine check.
Did we state
21.
Did we state if it was actually his uncle?
I heard
find
the
out in a
voice.
second. She is, held unconscious by this like poison. She's been given a treatment that's knocked her out completely. You think that she will recover eventually, but she's going to be down for a little while.
Help me move her to the bed, please.
Sure, let's get her up on. Excuse me. Come here. Get into bed.
And then I will examine my uncle's corpse.
He is dead. You could feel where the blade pierced through him. Went right down into the base of his neck, in between his neck and his shoulder, and pierced him through his torso.
I'm going to cut off his head.
Damn! With the spiritual weapon?
Yep.
Okay.
Ain't no vampire coming back for me.
It's gruesome.
Yeah.
It's sort of a big executioner's chop. You see it. Uses his sword to slowly place it on his neck, and then it'll lift straight up in the air and swipe down quickly. Sever his head in one blow.
Okay. So now we got to scurry across. I'm going to pick up his head by his hair.
Yes.
Pick up his head by his hair. Make a perception check.
7.
Okay. You didn't need anything super high, but on the other side of the door to the bedroom, there's sounds of fighting.
So, like back towards the old library?
Yep. just on the other side of the door.
Let's head back over there and peek out the door, see what's going on.
Peeking's not going to help you, but you can get out of there. And of course, you're making a wide berth, following the wall again, so you don't want to trigger that trap. You peek through the door. You can't see anything. You're still shrouded in magical darkness. All
Yes.
the people that came with you are shrouded in magical darkness, but you can hear body blows and swords clash in this room. There's like a battle going on.
Kara, what the hell's going on out there?
The assassins have come. Let's roll initiative.
Let's roll initiative.
16.
13. Ooh.
Okay. 16 for Ravi.
Yeah.
13 for Hajate. What did everybody else get?
Even us that we're gagged and tied up?
Yeah. Who knows? You might get involved.
Okay. 13.
I had 12.
13 for Arbstan, 12 for Kriv. Okay. So the first to act in this initiative count is Jade, who is going to call out to you, Ravi. She's going to say, Ravi, I swear, I hope you're in there. I need you over here right now.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm in here. Aaron's dead, so if anyone is concerned about, not getting paid, you're already not getting paid, so you might want to just leave. And I will throw his head out into the middle of the room.
Ooh. That's spicy.
So you won't see the reaction on their faces when that head comes flying out of this magical darkness.
Can I see the reaction?
We're all blind.
You guys haven't made it up here. You're blindfolded and they've left you in the main hall.
Aw, I'm not blindfolded. I was dead.
Yeah, they didn't blindfold Hashate.
He's not in the room.
Downstairs.
So you can hear Jade calling from the other door leading to the staircase. She's calling you to come over there. And then with her action, let's see, what will Jade do? Jade doesn't know who's the good people and who's the bad people. They might all be bad people. So this is a curious conundrum right now. Jade is going to cast Hypnotic Pattern in the middle of the room. So I think you need to be able to see it. Yeah, so anyone that can see the pattern is going to have to make a wisdom saving throw. Ravi, you can't see it because it's too dark for you to see anything. But everybody else will have to, including Kiara. So I've got to roll a lot of d20s right now. That's for them. This is for them. Bunch of wisdom saves.
Woo!
All right. So about half of them are saving on that. And then it's your turn, Ravi.
I am going to march my spiritual weapon forward out of the darkness. So I'm going to march this blade of blood out of the magical darkness and go, you have one chance. Lay down your weapons and leave. We will have no quarrel. I want to make an intimidation check.
Okay, go ahead.
19.
All right, we'll see the effects of that on their turn.
And then I would like, I count that as my action. Then with a bonus action, or if I just drop my movement, whatever, I want to whisper to Kiara, can you have one of your people go into the main hall and get my friends, untie them?
Kiara is hypnotized.
No, I don't know that. Like, in character, I'm like, hey, can somebody,
Yeah.
I'll say out loud, Kiara, can you go untie my friends?
Yeah, she just won't respond to you.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. You don't see any of these hobgoblin ninjas or what they do. There's still some sounds of fighting going on. So that'll be their turn. You're not sure what they do, and then it's Hajate's turn.
Woo! I'm not blindfolded, right?
You were not blindfolded or gagged. You were tied up.
Sick. I'm gonna stand up.
Well, your feet are tied too. You can
I'm
stand.
gonna awkwardly shuffle over to I don't know, closest ally, I guess.
Probably Kriv.
All right, Griv. Can I attempt to like scoot behind them and like touch hands and try and like fiddle off the rope?
Trying to untie. Okay, make sleight of hand check.
Okay.
It's kind of like picking somebody's pocket. 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can get Kriv's hands unbound with that. Arvistan, what are you going to do on your turn?
There's not much that I can do. Like, I can't move a lot because then I'm at 1 health, 1 point of exhaustion that will knock me out. So I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Just lay down, forget it. What about
Yep.
Luna?
They only tie her mouth, right?
And hog-tied her. So all 4 legs tied together.
She's just gonna try to wiggle worm her way to Kriv and Hashiote to try to get them
Okay.
to untie her.
Her tail starts wagging.
Yeah.
Here, thump, 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 thump on the ground. And it's Kriv's turn. Kriv, your hands are free. They've been tied for most of the day, so it's kind of rubbed raw around your wrists,
Even with my scales?
even with your scales.
Wow. Are there still, like, people standing over us, or did they,
Seems they all left.
like, okay.
Because you can take that blindfold off. Free action, just remove that. See, there's no one else here in the room. You do hear the fighting upstairs. And you probably heard Jade yell at Ravi and him say something back.
I will work to get as many ties undone as I can, as quick, I guess. Like, blindfold, gag, hands of other people.
Okay. Let's see. Some of the cultists are going to start attacking some of those hobgoblin assassins. They have scimitars. So they're going to take a few swings at some hobgoblins. We're going to get 1 hit. And that is going to severely damage a hobgoblin.
Everybody's gonna be dead by the time we're up there.
They make 2 swings.
How boring.
no attacks. Or there's one hit on the second one, and then that one is going to not do quite as much. Okay. On Jade's turn, she's going to say, I'm coming in, Ravi. I'm coming in. Where are you? You didn't step on the glyph, did you?
Nope, I avoided the glyph.
Okay. Why did you do this dark thing? This is weird.
I needed to sneak, and otherwise I shine like the goddamn sun.
Okay. I'm reaching for you. Grab my hand. Where are you?
I will reach out towards her voice.
Okay. Yeah, she'll spend all of her turn searching to try to grab you, and eventually she'll clasp your hand. So when she gets her next turn, she's going to try to take you out. But of course, she can't see here either, so it probably won't work very well. And then it's your turn, Ravi.
Where were the assassins? If you can tell me where they are, I can chop at them.
20 paces due northwest.
I will move my sword 20 paces northwest.
Wait, hold on. How long's a pace?
About 5 feet. How many feet in front?
That's way too far then. Maybe 20 feet? I should have just said feet.
Okay, I will move my sword 20 feet and make an attack.
All right, go ahead.
With disadvantage, that is a 10.
All right. You actually didn't go anywhere near one of the assassins. Jade had severely misjudged the distance. So it goes right past, like 10 feet past one, and then you just kind of swing at the air over there. But you don't know this.
Yep.
It just seems like a miss.
I just don't hear anything. I'm gonna like reach around me with my other hand. So I figure like one hand is grabbing Jade, try to find Kiera, because I'm like, hey, where did you go, mate?
She'll say, Ravi, you should leave. We have more business here.
I'm down for that. I still can't see. Can you remove the darkness so I can get out of here?
Can she remove the darkness? That's a very good question. Yes.
What a problem to have. No.
She'll be able to do that on her turn, which isn't for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get out of here as soon as you get the spell off. Thank you. Genuinely.
Thank you, Ravi.
I'll like shake my head and then I'll wait till the end of my turn. Like that's not a good sound.
Okay. The assassins and the cultists fight each other. Hajite, what would you like to do on your turn?
Am I unbound?
Let's see.
Who did Kriv unbind?
Kriv probably went for you first, since you'd be right there. So let's untie each other real quick. So let's say you're unbound, but Arvestan and Luna are still tied up.
Would untying Luna be an action?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. What if I just hand Arvestan a knife?
It'd take him a lot longer to get himself free than if someone untied him, but he might be able to do it eventually.
Damn it. Okay. All right, fine. Can I untie both of them if I'm using a knife?
We'll give you one.
Okay, fine. Luna.
All right. So you take off the binds on Luna's feet, and then you cut the straps around her snout. She's free. Arvistan, you're still tied
I,
up.
I would like to head towards the noise.
Okay, sure, certainly. Arvistan, you're going to stay tied up for a second. What's Luna going to do on her turn?
She's gonna follow Crave and Hashate.
All right, Crib, are you, you going with Hajite on your turn?
I wasn't gonna ditch him, but you can at least like untie your hands, bud.
I mean, honestly, the more vulnerable that I look, the less people are gonna mess with me.
He stopped me.
Can you leave me more pathetic, Kriv? Like, blacken my eye a little more?
You do that and I'll pass out. Literally, I'm 1 health. There's nothing, even if you untie me, that I could do.
Can you just kick some dirt in my face? More pathetic, please.
You actually stopped Crib. I get confused, but I guess just follow Hajite. If you're just in a quiet hallway chilling,
All right. Ravi, the darkness drops from you. You still hear the sounds of fighting in the room, but there's more magical darkness being cast on other things around here. So there's like a small path that you could see to the door, but there's still a battle going on here and a little hypnotic pattern going on also all around the room, trying to mesmerize people. Jade's going to grab your hand tighter and say, "We need to go now."
Okay.
All right, since the two of you are right after each other in initiative, she's going to drag you over to the other side of the room, through the door, and start streaming down the stairs. You'll bump into Hajite on the way.
Of course, the first time I'm not in magical darkness, I run into somebody.
Shit! You look with your eyes?
I haven't been able to for like 12 hours. It's a long story. We gotta go.
Oh. Okay.
My friends are fighting upstairs. Go this way. You and the rest of you guys go ahead and get out. Take Jade with you. I gotta go grab my sister.
Where's Jade?
Point like behind me.
Just, I know I look like one of the assassins. She'll take her mask off to reveal. It was me, Jade, the whole time. I know. I'm an incredible actress. Let me get you out of here.
Yeah, I'm very shocked. Let's go.
Don't forget about me.
Yeah, Jade.
We're gonna get you
scoop up Arvistan. And,
like a princess.
yeah, carry you out, cradled in her arms. And as she's running, she says, "I told you it was a good plan."
No, it wasn't. But I just muffling all this.
Ravi will have to run across the hall. There is a magical lock on the door on the other side of the hall.
Yep, that sounds about right. Can I run back up and around?
You can. It just takes a minute. The battle dies down a little bit more as more people die. Eventually you get yourself up into your sister's room. She's huddled in the corner. She has a curtain rod held in both of her hands. You can see the curtains have been ripped off of one of the windows. And she sort of braces as the door opens.
We need to go now.
Okay. And she'll drop it, rush over to follow you out of the villa. Do you take her and just go?
Yeah.
All right. Front door, back door.
Did I see which way everybody else left? Because I'm assuming they probably left a certain direction.
Jade would have gone front door.
Okay, then
Get the
if
hell out of
everyone's,
here.
if the rest of them are moving through the front door, that's the way I would go.
Okay. So you leave Tenegriel priestess and all of her followers, a small cadre of hobgoblin assassins, Ravi's mom unconscious in her bed, and your uncle's dead, decapitated body and his head. All in there. You could catch up with the others. Are you guys going to keep running? And if so, where to?
I would plan to head back towards Father Gregor. Does anyone have any objection going back to the temple?
Can
You
somebody get this out of
down
him? Or should we leave it? I don't... What do you want to do with our
He
sex
wanted, he wanted
Part
it
of me
left
wants to
earlier, I don't
leave
know.
it.
gag?
Okay, fine.
What happened to his
This
hair?
is the second time I'm holding your disgusting mouth rag. Can you stop?
First of all, Jay, did you cut my hair?
No, of course not.
Can
Not
I
a
make
barber.
Can I make an inside check and see if she's lying to me?
Sure.
You want me to shove the rag back in?
Natural 10 me, bitch.
Natural 10?
20.
Natural 20? That was a weird way to say 20.
I'm pissed.
What does that give you?
That'll give me... Let me see, where is it? 23.
You can roll a nat 20 on.
Oh, she cut your hair. She's trying to spare you the issue of being upset about it, but yeah, you could have lost a finger. Now she doesn't know that you know. She got a 21 on her deception.
Wow.
You are lying to me, aren't you?
All right, son, can you stop being dramatic? We don't have time for this. Let's go, Father Gregor.
We can't go to Father Gregor. I would say let's go to the docks. Because if we go to Father Gregor, everybody knows that we have been there all this time. And since Ravi killed his uncle, there's going to be military or guards or something like that looking for us. We should go to somewhere where they're not expected us to be.
He actually has a lot less leeway now that he's dead. But I'm not opposed.
He has been the head of the DeMonte family for almost a decade.
Yep. I got a couple of witnesses that I think will side with me. It's fine.
He's been killed. You definitely would be the main suspect, and you did do it.
100%.
You do have your sister with you now, too.
Kidnapping, too.
It's only kidnapping if she thinks it's kidnapping.
We fought so hard to be diplomats, and then we turned around and just you killed this guy.
I don't care. Make a decision. Being the leader.
I mean, you're the leader. Where are you
That's
gonna go?
delegating.
God damn it. Pick a direction.
I mean, we gotta head down. We gotta down the long winding path anyway.
Perfect. Good enough.
All right. So for now, we are just running.
Away.
We'll get out of the upper district and into the temple district. Now, is the plan to continue to keep running down the main thoroughfare and into the next district, or are we going to stop somewhere in the temple district?
All right, Kriv, your turn.
Do we want to be sneaky? Is that what we're trying to do, or are we just going fast?
I lost my ability to be sneaky.
It's dark. We're pretty sneaky.
I can help be sneaky if that's what we're trying to do, but if we're just booking it.
I mean, now that we're out of the main district, I don't think I'm worried about assassins or anything at the moment. I think the way to play this might actually be to go to Father Gregor and just pretend that we didn't do anything wrong. And by we, I mean me.
right, Griff.
It's a
What's
very
your
short
decision?
plan.
I mean, the alternative is we have to try to hide in the docks district for however long until we get a boat, which we have to run into anyway. Like, there's no way that if they think it's us, and it is us, or in this case me, we could just go on our merry way without talking to anybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna act like a fugitive.
I say
This is how you become a fugitive.
we go to Father Gregor because they know we've been there regardless, and they could send people whether we're there or not if they're really trying to find everybody.
Yeah.
And
Besides,
it's better that,
I gotta go back into town anyway.
it's better that we're there to try to keep peace than leave them alone.
Besides, if anything, it was just Ravi by himself.
Pretty much.
Ditch him.
I don't mean ditch him, but it's easier to break one person out than 4.
Yeah, I agree.
And Arvistan needs to rest.
Yeah, whatever.
Again.
When?
The rest
Where?
of this whole campaign is just going to be Arvistan near death.
He needs a break,
You
guys.
just died. This is some kind of malarkey.
Okay, so it's to the Temple of Freyr then.
Father Gregor.
So yeah, you'll burst in. Jade has no measure for subtlety. When something dramatic is happening, we're going to play it up. If there's drama occurring, then we need to make sure that we are experiencing it. So she kicks open the doors in the middle of the night. She says, "Someone help! Help!" She's
Jade,
got
Jade,
Arvistan.
Jade, chill. Jade. There's so many people here, Jade.
A lot of people wake up. New story. And Father Gregor comes out in like a nightgown. That's what I imagine he looks like when he's just got up from sleeping. He's like the Ebenezer Scrooge. He's got this stocking cap on with the ball on the end of it. He's got the little candle on the little candle holder.
Wow, he's fast.
What's going on? What's the meaning of this?
Sorry, Father. Jade's excitable.
Ravi, everyone back to sleep. Ravi, come with me.
Yep.
Quickly.
I know we startled you, but go back to bed.
And he sort of gestures you over to him, and he goes over to rush to meet you, and he covers up bloodstains on your armor. And he sort of leads you away from the rest of the refugees in the group.
I'm just gonna follow him.
You get a lot of blood on you, and you carry somebody's freshly severed head.
Yep, that sounds about right.
And you can all go with Ravi and Father Gregor. It'll take you back into his own chambers. And he's just got that cot and like a little nightstand. He puts the candle down on the nightstand. And he sits down. He's tired. You just woke him up. A lot of people crowded into this tiny little room. Jade sort of stands in the back with Arvistan kind of crunched up in the corner.
Oh, now he's a baby, not a princess.
Is it Selena was her name, I believe, your sister?
Correct.
Selena and Ravi are closest to Father Gregor, and the rest of you are there to witness the conversation and say, "Oh, Ravi, who is this lovely young girl?"
This is my sister. Sister, this is Father Gregor, Hazarte, Kriv, Arvistan, and Jade, who you may have seen before. Everyone, this is Selena.
Hi.
What are we doing?
The plan is we go to sleep tonight. We head back tomorrow. or I head back tomorrow, and kind of go from there.
You're going back?
Have to. Mom's still there.
Well, if they find you there, they'll know what you did.
I mean, I'm the number one suspect anyway, so unless, I don't know, he vanishes, I don't think it's a... I mean, if you want, you can just go back, because you're kind of free to do what you please and check things out.
Ravi, were you there by yourself?
No. I had some friends from the Church of Tangriel helping me. And I will, like, intentionally look away from Father Gregor.
Tangrail. Did you just leave them behind?
They told me to leave, so I did.
Ravi, you didn't speak to Kiara, did you?
Yes, I definitely did that, Father. I needed her help to shroud me in darkness to sneak through everywhere, really.
She left the temple?
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
new girlfriend.
How many of them went with you?
I don't know. I felt like a million. They were like just this monolith of being. It was different.
I wouldn't go back there, Ravi. I don't know what Kiara will do.
Ah,
I get that, but
what do
I
you
have
think
to get.
she's gonna do?
Well, it's not as much positive outlook on Tenegriel as there is for Freyor. Not as many tithes coming in or offerings to that temple. So sometimes, under the leadership of Kiara, they find their own.
What, Ravi? What were they fighting with?
Do you mean like weapons or who?
Mm-hmm.
Scimitars?
How'd you kill your uncle?
A greatsword? But I
You
suppose, seeing as how
blamed for it.
I mean, it's
They're
possible.
still there.
Yeah, I mean, they're still there. I don't know how it's going to look, but I can't leave my mother there. Like, that's not acceptable.
She's not gonna do anything to your mother, right?
I hope for her sake that she does not.
Ravi,
All right. Hey, we blame them.
I have my suspicions, but I want to hear from your lips. Where's all this blood from?
It's my uncle's. He had a knife to my mother's throat. And we were standing there. There was some sort of magical aura near me that, as it turns out, I was rightfully assuming was a trap of some kind. And so I summoned Freyr's greatsword, and I put it through his skull.
You saw this?
I was surrounded by the magical darkness. Kiara helped guide my hand, so to speak. She told me where he was, and she was right.
Kiara, the goddess, the priestess of the goddess of darkness and trickery,
Yep.
told you that your uncle was threatening his wife's life?
He told me that he had her. Those words came from his mouth, that he was the one who had my mother, and I detected no lies.
Ravi, what does Freyr say about those that end another's life?
I guess it depends upon if you declare it self-defense, or the defense of an innocent.
I hope you're certain, Ravi. Judgment won't come from me. I wouldn't do that to you. You'll have to answer to Freyr.
I know. I had a lot of time to think while I was inside of the Temple of Tangriel. In fact, that's what I did. I ran through that same scenario a bunch of times, and I told myself that if no one else was in danger, I was going to do everything I could to keep him alive. But to the best of my knowledge, he had my mom, and I was not going to risk her life for my principles.
Is there a reason you left her there tonight?
She is not. She's poisoned, but not life-threateningly poisoned. Um, she will recover with rest, and I was told by Kiara to run and to get everybody else out. And at that point, I'll look towards Selena. If Mother had a choice, if it came down to it, between her life or hers, I think she would choose her daughter. I don't think that, barring that Kiara hasn't done anything, that Mom's life is in danger, and the best thing she could do is rest. And in the darkness and with fighting going on around me, I couldn't carry Mom and fight and not be able to see at the same time.
All right, Ravi. Here's what we're going to do. In the morning at dawn, we're going back to the villa. I'm going with you. We bring the light of Freyr with us. The followers of Tnegrail won't stand in front of it. They'll shirk away. We'll take your mother. You will take her and your sister. We'll give them whatever they need to start life over somewhere else. I'll make the announcement that Selena and her new husband were wed in the night and eloped together, and that your uncle donated his villa to the church, and that he and your mother left with them. But Ravi, Travali Damanti can't return.
I understand. That might be a bit hard, considering now that the entire council knows who that I am, though.
We'll have to think of something. You're going to have to forsake your claims on the villa and all your family's riches.
I'm okay with that.
I'll deal with Kiara.
It's fine. We made more or less a deal.
Do you know the deal that you made?
She always has her secrets. It's what she does best. But it was an exchange of information, so to speak. I don't care. She can steal everything from within that house for all I care. It's just stuff. If my sister is safe, and if we get my mother back safe, she can burn the rest of it.
Father Greg will reach out a couple shaky hands, and he'll take both of Selena's hands in his.
And he'll say, "You, my dear, you're getting a donation from your brother. He's come into some money recently, And due to his recent actions, I found a good use for it. We're sending you south. You were going to marry that boy from Anders, right?
She'll say, I was never going to marry him.
Of course, but we'll send you the other way, to the west, southwest. Find a place for you there. Don't worry, there's still some faithful Freyr out in the world, in a couple deep recesses. You'll be fine. I suggest you all get some sleep. It's been a long day, I'm sure. Let those of us with some more experience take care of the cleanup. If you're not going to rest, I am.
Pick his
Yeah,
feet
I'm
up.
going to go rest.
He lays
Probably
down in
fairly
his bed.
restless. I'll try.
Pulls his covers over and he blows his candle out. All right, is everybody ready to just go to sleep, or do you want to do something else?
When we're walking out, will tell every single buddy what the hell Jade did and her reasoning behind it. Because I'm pissed off she cut my hair.
The whole thing, or just the bit about cutting your hair?
The whole thing.
Yeah, she's very proud of your description. She was happy with her plan, and it worked. So,
And it worked.
It did not work because everybody else got involved instead of Ravi. Like everybody got in there. Ravi went without having the note itself. He just went because he was going to go in no matter what.
It's all details.
Jade,
The wedding's off, and we're all fine. It worked.
Jade,
Arvistan, I'm really tired. Can I yell at you two tomorrow?
Jade, if I wake up tomorrow and I see your face,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah,
have
I'm tired
problems.
too. Wow.
Yeah, just like tuck Arvistan in and be like, all right, good night. Go to sleep.
Whew.
Jade, staying here?
she better not. I'll
Oh,
send Luna after her.
I understand. Calm down. It's been a long night. Christ.
I have some celebration to do, so I'm heading down to the docks. You guys have a good night.
What did happen to Bartholomew? Do we know that night?
Nope.
I haven't seen him. I mean, I don't know if he was... and I'll look at Selena. Was he staying with you guys?
Oh, that would be inappropriate.
Yeah, Ravi.
You'll have to excuse my lack
They're
of
not
knowledge
even
on
married.
noble etiquette.
He was staying in another noble house, waiting for the wedding. We're supposed to be contributing a significant dowry to our family, and then I was going to move down to Anders with him.
I'm sorry I kind of uprooted your life. I know that's probably not ideal.
Well, I was already moving. And I'm like 15. I'm not trying to get married right now.
I mean, I don't blame you. But
That's not that young to get married.
I look at how they say, like, the fuck?
What?
What?
15?
Most people get married around 15. You guys are insane.
No, you are the insane. But anyway,
Now, I mean, she's kind of right. I mean, nobles do weird things. It's weird as shit, but nobles are weird.
y'all are weird.
I
I
wasn't
don't
ready.
disagree. I mean, I just cut off my father's head with a spiritual greatsword, so the Constitution is being weird.
I wish I could have seen that.
Me too.
What'd you do with the head? Did you keep it? Can I have it?
I tried to scare away the assassins. You're like, hey, here's a goddamn head of a dead guy that you were supposed to protect, and you failed. And they're like, don't care, gonna stab. So that's what they did.
So you just left a severed head there that
Yep.
you really, like chucked, right?
Oh yeah,
So there's blood everywhere.
100%.
Did you confirm that that was actually your uncle?
They keep fighting if they could see he was dead. That sounds weird.
Could have been an illusion.
I don't know. Part of me thinks that they were just mad at that point. Or I suppose it's possible
It really foiled them.
now that I think about it, it's entirely possible that they didn't see the head. All the Tenegriel fathers have like a pocket of magical darkness that follows them, and if they were already fighting, they probably didn't even see it.
So you just chucked a head in the middle of a fight.
I gotta admit, after that moment, I wasn't necessarily thinking super clearly.
From the darkness.
Yeah. Like I thought, in my head, right? I can't see anything. I'm like, this is gonna look so cool. You're gonna see this floating head fly out of the magical darkness, and if I was supposed to protect that guy, I'd be scared as shit. So that's what I tried to do.
I've never heard you say that you did something just because it was gonna be cool.
I was hoping to have a practical purpose of not having more blood be shed. That didn't work.
You've really changed, Ravi. You're not the same person. I like it.
I don't know if I do, but I think in this case it was necessary.
Try to be cool.
We dig it.
Alright, I'm going to bed.
All
Good
right.
night.
Everybody get your sleep. Get your spells and your hit points back.
Oh, thank Christ. That day felt like it took forever.
It was not as long as the previous day, but it was still very
It's
long,
true.
yes.
Multiple sessions.
Father Gregor wakes you up early, Ravi.
Okay.
And he says,
You could bring your friends if you want, but they won't be necessary. Probably better to keep a low profile.
I'll let him sleep.
and he just sort of slowly walks out the door. He's not very quick. He's an old man. He has to kind of shuffle. And heading uphill is tough on his knees as he's going. So it takes him a minute, and the sun comes up over the horizon, so it's a little bit past dawn by the time you get there. And he'll say,
What should I expect inside?
Do you mean as far as like a crime scene goes, or like what the villa itself looks like?
As far as evidence.
All the fighting should be on the upstairs on the left-hand side. We'll take the stairs to the left. Upstairs, there's a room. That's where all the fighting that I know of took place. And then just beyond that is the bedroom where my mother is sleeping, and that's where, if the corpse is still there, that's where my uncle's corpse would be.
all right. So he'll lead the way. He heads over to the door, and it's magically locked. It's got the arcane lock spell on it. Only let certain people through. Jade was the one that opened it earlier.
I think we have to go around back.
All right. I was already not excited about stairs.
I mean, I can go up there and you just tell me what to do. Or I can carry you.
Just get your mother and get her to your sister. I'll take care of them after that.
Okay.
All right. Go out the back. I'll start making the announcement out front.
Yes, Father. And I will make my way as he does his.
All right. We head through the ballroom into the greenhouse, through the library and up the stairs. You open the door to the room full of carnage, and there isn't any. There are no bodies. Your uncle's head isn't here. The rugs on the floor are gone. The chairs are gone by the desks. The books on the shelves are removed. The brass hanging pieces that held curtains up over the windows are missing. And as you make your way into the bedroom where your mother's sleeping, you see all her jewelry is gone. The rug on the floor there is missing. There are scorch marks on the ground.
I told them there was magic.
Yeah, they don't see any bodies, so it doesn't look like anyone died in the attempt. Or if they did, they were removed promptly. Your mother's still there laying on the bed, but the drapes around the bed are taken out. Some of the gold filigree pieces on the edges of the bedposts have been removed, sawed off, taken. But it's been robbed. Anything of value that could be taken out by hand has been taken out. Your mother's still there asleep on the bed.
I'm going to gently try to wake her. If it appears that she's not going to wake up, I will just pick her up and I'll carry her.
Yeah, she's still pretty. I mean, even if you can get her awake, she's still groggy from the side effects of the medicine that she's taken. So you'll have to carry her either way. Pick her up and take her out. She's in her night clothes. If you look for clothes to dress her with, all her clothes are gone. It's reasonable to assume that probably all of your sister's clothes are gone also, and all the stuff in her room.
Were there any blankets on the bed underneath her that I could just wrap her up in?
She's got the sheets,
I'll do it. Good enough.
so you could take those. And she had like a pajama nightgown type thing on, but she's your mom. It's kind of weird. So you wrap her up, in sheets and stuff, to carry her out with you. Head out the back door towards the alleyway. You could hear Father Gregor talking to people on the street and trying to spread the word that the DeMonte family left in the night, that the wedding has already taken place in secret, and they've left for Anders. He says that they probably won't stay there, that they'll find a new home to make for the young couple, but that they've brought the young Selena's parents to live with them. And they've taken all of their riches.
I will send a message to Father Gregor as I kind of walk around the backside. Father, just a heads up. Place is already clean, stripped to the bone. Once you're done, just come back.
Okay. When the rest of you wake up, Father Gregor and Ravi aren't there. They seem to have left in the night or early in the morning at some point. Selena is still there, though, Ravi's sister, and Jade isn't.
That all checks out.
Well, you guys think my armor's done? Could really use that. Could really use that yesterday.
Yeah. Alright. I'm really stuck on this. Do we think this dude's gonna be a problem? Couldn't he ruin the story we got going here? by, not being disappeared.
What, do you think we should kidnap him?
I don't think we need to complicate things more than we have somehow. Just concerned.
I mean, the best he'd come out to is everyone thinks he's married and
And
was part of a wedding he wasn't part of.
he's also supposed to be gone, though.
It's true. I don't know. Father Gregor seems to really know what he's doing.
Yeah, is anyone else also curious about that?
No, I hear the churches tend to hide shit all the time, right?
Plot twist: Father Gregor works for Kira, whatever her name is.
Tangrail?
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I mean,
He's taking this way too calmly. Way too calmly.
I'm learning more and more that almost everyone just murders. I don't know. Had a weird revelation these couple days.
Yeah.
I don't think you could really trust anyone. But that's okay. Father Gregor knows what he's doing, and
And that's the scary part.
Ravi's new girlfriend did something crazy, so
That's another scary part.
Your girlfriend doing something crazy?
she's doing something crazy. We gotta leave.
Ravi will come back in carrying his unconscious mother wrapped in bed sheets.
What'd you do? Is she naked?
No, she's got a nightgown on, but I'm not going to parade her through the street in a nightgown.
Okay.
Do you think she's still poisoned?
Yeah, she's still drowsy. She'll be down for probably another few hours, another couple days. The house was robbed, kind of as expected, so...
Hey, if I give her a potion of poison resistance, will that wake her up?
You'd have to give it to her before she gets poisoned.
I
It
Gotcha.
doesn't work right now.
I have an idea. Like, I got a spell that I think is going to work, but I didn't want to wake her up. Like, hey, your formerly dead son's now alive. Now I need you to be real quiet as we sneak out the back door here.
Do you even want her to know you're alive?
Yes and no.
Ravi, do you want to tell mother that you killed her husband?
Is she really into him?
I don't know.
Mom and I haven't been close for a long time. I don't know exactly how she felt about what Uncle Aaron was doing.
She did chase her only son away.
I would assume she wasn't happily going along if he felt the need to drug her.
Ravi, I think it might be best if I'm here when Mom wakes up.
Yeah, of course.
And maybe if you aren't. At least not right away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll leave and get settled, wherever it is Father Gregor is sending us, and then, I'll break it to her slowly.
That's fine. I mean, I have a way to contact you by pretty much anywhere in the world, so I'll probably maybe try to get in touch with you sometime when we're out at sea, see how things are going, providing, of course, that this doesn't blow up in our face, as things have a tendency to do.
Yeah, this is, it's going to be difficult to explain what happened.
Yeah, saying, hey, by the way, the house is gone. I'm not getting married. We're heading southwest. I don't know how she's going to take that.
Probably not well. But I've got more experience with her than you do. I think I might be able to break it to her gently.
I will grab 2,000 of, was it 2,500 gold?
Yeah.
I'll grab 2,000 of it and I'll place it in her hand. This should get you started.
Okay. We'll stay here a couple nights, maybe, and head out after that.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's a good idea that I'm not here. I'll be around town, not sulking in the shadows this time. And I'll see you when I see you.
She'll rush over and give you a big hug. And she'll kiss you on the cheek. She says, I don't know when I'll see you again, but at least this time I know I will.
You will. I love you, and I love Mom, and I hope that you guys are safe wherever you end up. Things are dangerous out there. Take care of yourselves.
And you too, Ravi. I don't know where you're going, but I'm sure it's going to be tougher than where we're going.
I hope for your sake you're right.
Just say, I love you too. Make sure you come back.
I just nod. And I'll look at the rest of the group. Well, guys, I'm going to go help some people or something. Something to get some sense of normalcy. I will talk to you soon.
Okay.
And I'll head out. I'll head out to go pretend like nothing has changed. I'll go to help the folk of the temple district.
All right. That's where we'll call it for this week. Well, there was no TPK, so that was good. Good job, guys.
It's too bad.
We were one footstep away from Ravi going down and you all failing, so luckily we made it out of that. I'm surprised that you dodged that hole. I thought you might run into those hobgoblins and have to fight with them to save your friends, and you just kind of went all the way around where they were to avoid them.
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect the second trap inside of the uncle's room. That had me a little bit nervous.
Oh, yeah, his plan was to try to get you to try to come after him and then trigger the trap and explode yourself. A glyph of warding, if you can believe.
After you showed me what it was, that's when I was like, oh, I know what that is.
All right. Is everyone okay to play next week?
Yes.
Next week, people that watch the stream might not know this, but it will mark 1 year since we rolled up characters, at the very least.
Oh, shit.
So kind of a big deal. And then, yeah, I think just under a month after that is the anniversary of the first episode. So it's something exciting to look forward to.
Whew. A year.
Dude, that passed so fast.
Oh, jeez Louise.
At least while we're playing, it was going fast.
Right?
Some of the rest of it was not as quick as that.
It's true.
I mean, and when you think about it, we've come real far. It's been multiple months in story.
Yeah,
We've come real far up until like the past month in real time, in which case it's been the past 2 days.
right.
Yeah, the past
Yeah.
month we've been having sessions has all just been real time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right back where you started also, so. maybe it's not that far. But don't worry, we're going even further very soon.
Everywhere. All over the world.
All over the place. Until then, get excited. I mean, that feels like the conclusion of a little bit of an arc. So next time, things are going to start getting different.
Woot.
Yeah, see you next week. Goodbye to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.